Hey friends, I hope you are having a wonderful day today and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to talk to you about how to start a gratitude practice when life is not necessarily easy. When you're experiencing a loss, whether it's something really small or something really colossal, or you're going through a season of grief or a season of depression or excruciating pain, whatever that may be for you, for someone to sit and say, oh, be thankful, find something to be happy about. I get how much resistance you will have to that. Gratitude could help lessen your pain, both in intensity and in duration, because I do believe that when we focus on even the smallest moments, the smallest little beautiful moments in our daily life, we'll start looking for them because we know we have this practice. And when you start looking for them, you're inevitably going to start noticing it more. I'm going to give you some strategies on how to do that, even when it seems like that's impossible to do, because it is possible. There is an end point to the pain that you feel, to the situation that you're in, to the season that you're in your life. Just know that one day you're gonna look up, and it might not happen all at once, but you will look up and you will see that not only have you survived this really hard time in your life, but you are such a strong, radiant, happy, healthy human on the other side of it, and you have grown in more ways than you can ever have imagined. Without further delay, let's get into this. My first tip in starting a gratitude practice when you are going through a tough time: start small, both in the length of your list and in the significance of your moments. And what I mean by this is, don't try to write 10 things down a day. Start with 3, start with 1 if you have to, but just start with something and commit to doing that every day. So whether it's 1 or 3 or 5, I would say 3 is a really great number to start with, but even 1, if that is what you have in you, then do that. I would say to commit to doing this for 30 days at least, and don't expect it to magically change everything for you overnight. Know that it's a process. Be patient with it. If you feel skeptical, know that that's normal, but just kind of go through the motions of doing this, and everything else will sort of fall into place. The second thing that you can practice being grateful for during a tough time in your life might sound a little bit out there, and I just ask you to bear with me and just hang tight with me, because I understand that this might seem a little out there, but I will tell you that this tip has gotten me through a lot, and it sounds so strange, but I believe in it, so I want to share it with you. What I would like for you to do is to imagine the possibility of your higher self or your future self reaching back to where you are in this moment and holding you and loving you and sending you love and peace, and knowing that this higher version of you already exists inside of you, and this experience is bringing the two of you where you are today in this future, higher, happier, healthier self together. I realize that this sounds very hippy-dippy and out there, but when I was going through a really tough time, I did not feel at all like the person that I am today, or the person I'm on my way to becoming. I felt very much like a victim, very weak, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all the ways. I was in a very low place, and I just felt terrible. But there was a part of me that knew that this isn't me. And even if that part of me was so small, it was there. That was everything. It was the smallest little sliver, but if you hold on to that little sliver and you focus on that, it grows and it becomes something bigger than you can imagine. So what I did is I just imagined the future version of me walking into the room, sitting at the foot of the bed, much like a loving parent would do for a child. I imagined a version of me that was strong physically, that was happy, that was confident and sure of herself. These were all qualities I wanted but didn't know how to get for myself yet. And I imagined that that girl already existed, that woman already existed, and was coming back for me in that moment, and was sitting with me and being patient with me. If you are open to it, just imagine a version of you that is there, that already exists inside of you, that is waiting to come out and be the version of you all the time that exists in this world. But just imagine her now and know that she is already there, and know that she loves you exactly as you are and sends so much love to you and has all the respect in the world for you, and that you, in this experience of going through your pain, you are actually, whether you believe it or not, whether you know it or not, you are moving toward this higher version of you, and you are lessening the gap between where you are now and the pain you're in now to something so much bigger and brighter than you can even imagine. And now that is something I think you can be very thankful for, is thankful for the future you that you are going to embody and become, and be thankful for her because she is the person that is saving you. She is the person that is changing you. And I realize that this makes maybe some of you cringy. I know. But just if you are open to the idea of it, it is something that can be really powerful and moving. And I welcome you to and invite you to make this practice your own. Maybe write letters to yourself now from your higher version of yourself, from your intuitive place, that innate part of you that knows what's best for you. Just try and be open to the idea that who and where you are, that scared small space inside of you that just feels terrified. Know that's normal, and there's nothing wrong with that feeling, and that your highest self, the goodness, the highest version of you loves you exactly as you are, and that you aren't defined by how scared you are right now and how painful your experience is right now, and that I love you too, and I'm sending you so much light no matter where you are right now. Whenever you're watching this video, if you found this video, I am sending you so much love and respect and honoring where you are, because I've been there and I know how much it sucks when you feel alone and when you're going through a tough time. I know. But I want to tell you and promise you that it gets so much better than you can even possibly imagine right now. You are moving to a place of expanded perception, expanded awareness, and you are learning, and you can be thankful for that, because in every experience in our life, good or bad, there's an opportunity for growth and for learning, both about ourselves and the world and the types of people that we want to be. And I think when you lean into that, especially during hard times, you will see a lot of growth. There is a version of you and a version of your life where you have this new perception, this new peace, and a new genuine happiness. Our hard seasons of life shape us in positive ways if we are open to it, if we allow it to soften our hearts and not harden them. If we allow these experiences to make us smarter and not more bitter, and if we allow these experiences to help us heal our hearts, heal our pain, and not hold on to them so that it calluses and becomes stone. But again, that choice is up to us every single day to continually look for the teachers in all of your experiences, good and bad. So when you are journaling about what you have to be grateful for, maybe your journal entry is simply, I don't know what the lesson is in this, but I am excited to find out. And that's enough. That is enough. I want to preface my next tip by just saying, obviously we all have our own beliefs about our higher powers and our spiritual beliefs, but I do think that being thankful for something bigger than you that is leading you and guiding you and loving you and surrounding you with love always is very, very helpful. You can be thankful that what is for you will not pass you. You know that quote. Even if you didn't get what you thought you wanted, even if it seems that the life you've worked so hard to build is shattering around you, I believe, and something that really helps me when I'm going through a tough time, is that there is something out there that is love and that is loving and sending good, beautiful things with my name on them. And I can't always see them, and sometimes what I think I want is not the same thing as what is best for me and for the people around me. And if I just trust that the best thing for me and the people around me is on its way to me, whether that is just expanded awareness, I trust that it's better than I can imagine. So if there is something that didn't work out, or if I experience a loss of something, yes, it's normal and good to mourn the fact that you didn't get the thing that you wanted, or you lost something that was really, really meaningful to you. Of course, that hurts and it sucks. Pardon my French, but it does. But just know that there is love around you, and that better, more positive experiences are on your way to you, or on their way to you. And just because you have gone through something really, really hard does not mean that that is all that is coming to you at all. And that is the point I'm trying to convey, and I hope that that's coming across. My very, very last gratitude practice tip for when you're going through a tough time is to be grateful for your own damn strength. And I'm sorry I'm cursing. I don't usually curse in these videos, but I feel really, really passionately about this. When you're going through a tough time in your life and you feel beaten down and you've lost things or people or experiences or your health or something else that sucks to lose, you can feel like a victim of your life. You can feel a sense of weakness, powerlessness, helplessness, or hopelessness, and these are terrible feelings to have. It's easy to lose sight of how strong you are and how capable you are and how much of a badass you are. And I say this, and maybe that's not true for you. I do not mean to generalize or speak to your experience, but for me, when I went through a pretty tough season in my life, I really lost a connection to my own power and my own empowerment, and felt very, very weak. And I couldn't see then how strong I was. When you are going through something, whether that's a loss or some kind of health issue, or just, maybe you've had a terrible last couple of years, whatever it is, when you feel that sense of just ness in your life, it's easy to feel like a loss of connection to who you are, and to feel like, well, this must be me now, and I'm not powerful or strong. And when you feel that way, it just creates the opportunity for you to spiral and snowball. And that's not what we want to do. We want to move through this period. We don't want to try and escape it. We don't want to try and outrun it. We want to feel our feelings, all of them, validate all of them. But don't let this season define you, and know how strong you are, because you are bearing all of the things that you are bearing. But that is where strength comes in, is to be able to sit in your uncertainty, to be able to sit in your sadness and feel your feelings and validate them, and at the same time choosing every day, sometimes multiple times a day, moment by moment, to try to redirect your attention, even just a little, just a touch, to the positive, knowing how much strength you have and how powerful you are to get through this experience, to move through it to the other side. No matter how discouraged you might feel at the moment, nothing is forever. You will move through this and be so happy with the person that you are on the other side. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If I've left anything out, please, please, please note it in the comments below. If you like this video, if you're still watching it at this point, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell to be notified of all my future notifications. And I hope that things get better for you, friend. I really do. I love you. I'm sending you light and love.